I'm going to be ranking every single new edition card in NBA 2K23 My Team on a tier list, ranking from S that goes all the way down to D tier, and we have all 24 new edition cards, ranging from the pink diamonds, the Galaxy Opals, the dark matters, and then the 4 new lock-ins, the Terry Dischinger, the Dikembe, the Jerry West, and the Eddie Jones as well. So I'll be ranking them from S all the way down to D tier and just telling you guys who I do think are the best new edition cards in the game. But let me know in the comment section down below, have you guys been locking in any of these sets? And if you guys have, which set are you guys planning on locking in for, or what set have you guys already locked in for from the new edition sets? But RJ Barrett is going to start off here, the tier list. I do think he's probably going to be in B tier. I think RJ is a solid shooting guard. Like, I like RJ cards in my team a lot. He's a 6'6" 2 guard with a 6'10" wingspan, very solid defender, you know, good at going to the basket. I still wish his jump shot was a lot better, because if you guys remember his pink diamond, I think it was I don't remember, maxed out, I think it was the set last year, his jump shot was so much better on his pink diamond card in my opinion. So I still think RJ Barrett is a really good shooting guard. I just think for how many good new edition cards we have, I think he's probably going to be in B tier, but maybe he does get moved up to A tier later in the video. Boban is a hard card to rank, because I think because of the 25 speed and the 25 acceleration, he's got to go in C tier. I just don't know how you can use a card that only has 25 speed and 25 acceleration. I understand he's 7'4", he's 7'8", but he can't run, man. Like, you can just run around this card every single position. Like, if you know what you're doing on offense and you face a Boban, you can just give it to your center, call pass and screen away at the top of the key, and just run around Boban every single time, and you're just guaranteed to score. So yes, he's a good paint defender. Yes, he's a really good shot blocker, and he's one of the best matchers in the game. But he just is such a liability on the defensive end when it comes to the perimeter, and just overall super hard to get back in transition. So I think Boban is still probably going to be in C tier. You guys can let me know where you guys would personally rank Boban. Chris Bosh, I think for now, is most likely going to be in A tier. The way that I like to do my S tiers is I'm going to have top 5 at that position, whatever type of tier list I'm doing. So for this tier list, S tier will be my top 5 new edition cards. Is Chris Bosh a top 5 new edition card? I'm not 100% sure, so I will keep him in A tier for now. Claxton, I feel like, is on that same tier. I don't think he's as good as Chris Bosh. Like, he would be like, you know, maybe 4-3 spots behind a card like Chris Bosh on this list, but I do think they both got to go in A tier. I think Claxton is a very good defender and a super underrated diamond card in the game. Like, maybe the best diamond, or one of the best diamond cards in the game. He's 6'11" with a 7'2" wingspan. Very good defender, like I said, 98 block, 94 steal with a 95 interior defense. He's got Hall of Fame anchor, brick wall, clamps, post lockdown, pogo stick, rebound chaser, which is super nice for your power forward or your center as well. So I think Claxton will most likely be lower A tier, but I think for now he's going to be in that A tier category. The dark matter Terry Dischinger is 1000% going to be in the S tier category. Easily the best new edition card in the game, even though Dikembe Mutombo is another really good card that we'll talk about here in a second. But Terry is the best shooting guard in my opinion. I did do a re-rank in the top 10 shooting guard list. If you guys want to go check that out, I posted that earlier today, and you guys can hear my full in-depth breakdown of why I do think Terry's better than T-Max. I'm not going to go into that in this video, but I do think Terry's the best shooting guard in the game, and maybe even the best card in my team. So he's 1000% going to be in that S tier category. De'Aaron Fox, I feel like for me personally, is going to be in B tier. He's a little bit undersized, not the best defensively, and I personally don't like his jump shot. I do feel like it's really hard to green. Galaxy Opal Danny Granger got to go in D tier. I think he's one of the worst new edition cards, maybe even the worst. I know he's a Galaxy Opal, but that jump shot is just so bad. He doesn't even play that good at defense. He's not super fast. He's not even that good at going to the basket. All he can really do is shoot, stats and badges wise, but his jump shot is terrible. So I think he's got to go in D tier. Jaden McDaniels, I think, is solid. I would say probably B tier, just because he's 6'9" at the small forward position, and he does have the Curry slide and the Curry escape, so he can, you know, he can move really well for your 6'9" small forward. His jump shot is just very hard to green in my opinion. Gordon Hayward, I think you got to go A tier. I think he's a very underrated shooting guard in the game. I know he's super expensive and super overpriced because of the Dikembe lock-in, so no one's going to be buying Gordon Hayward to actually use him in game. Like, no one's going to buy Gordon Hayward unless they're locking in for the Dikembe set, and that's why he's not really talked about too much. But he is a very good shooting guard. He's 6'8", only has a 6'7" wingspan, but he's still got really good height and a really good player model for that 2 spot. He's got a great jump shot, some decent dribble sigs. He's got front clutches. He's got quick drops off one. I think he's one of the more underrated shooting guards in the game, and I think for this tier list, he's going to be in that A tier category. Next card is going to be Valanciunas Valanciunas, really aren't the biggest fan of him. I do think JV has got to go in C tier. I just don't think he's that great of a big card. He's a little bit slow. He's not the best defender. His jump shot's a little bit wonky. Even though I am a Raptors fan, I think you got to go C tier for Jonas Valanciunas. Now, Dikembe Mutombo, just like Terry Dischinger, 1000% going to be in the S tier category. I think easily these are the two best cards from the new edition set. I mean, they are the two Dark Matter lock-ins, so it does make sense why they are the two best cards. He's 7'2" though, with a 7'6" wingspan. I think he's a top 3 center in the game and a top 5 power forward. So I feel like for that value, he's going to be one of the best bigs in the game. Very good defender, good finisher on the basket. He's one of the best shot blockers in the game. He can snag rebounds, and even his jump shot really isn't that bad on very quick timing. And they also gave him some really good dribble saves. So I think Dikembe easily going to be in that S tier category. Next new edition card is going to be Jonathan Kuminga. I feel like for me personally, he's got to go in C tier. He plays good defense. He's good at running to the basket, but his jump shot is just pretty bad as well. Like, I would take Jaden McDaniels at the small forward position over a card like Kuminga. OJ Mayo is solid. I would say slightly worse than a card like RJ Barrett. He's not bad at all though. He might be overpriced because he does lock in for the Eddie Jones, who's a really good shooting guard that we'll talk about here in a second, but he's okay for his price. I mean, he's not that bad. Like, his stats are really well rounded. He's got JR jump shot, which is not terrible. So I feel like he's kind of on that same level as an RJ Barrett type of card. Oscar Robertson, I think you got to go A tier. He's going to be one of the best cards in A. I know some people might say like Claxton and Gordon Hayward shouldn't be on the same tier as Oscar Robertson and Chris Bosh. So maybe I will move them up into S tier just so they're on different tiers. But I think they're both going to be in the A tier. All 4 of these guys are going to be in the A tier category. But yeah, Chris Bosh and Oscar are a lot better than Claxton and Gordon Hayward, but I think Gordon Hayward and Claxton are a lot better than De'Aaron Fox, RJ Barrett, and these type of cards. So looking at Rodman, I think he's got to go C tier. He plays really good defense in game, but that's about it. He plays good defense, has a pretty bad jump shot, not great at going to the basket. I mean, he just plays really good defense, one of the better locks in the game, but I think you got to go, I mean, just because of his defense, I will throw him in B tier, just because he's one of the best lockdowns in the game. Eddie Jones, S tier. I know people might see I cannot speak. People might think that Eddie Jones in S tier is crazy. I think he's a better card than Chris Bosh and Oscar. I think he's so good at that shooting guard position and one of the more underrated cards in the game right now. He's 6'6" with a 6'9" wingspan. His stats are super well rounded. Besides the 79 block, he's got like a 93 in almost every single important category. He's got 16 great Hall of Fame badges like Agent 3, Deadeye, Limitless Range, Quick First Step, Killer Combos, Hyperdrive, Handles for Days, Clamp Breaker, Anchor, Clamps, Interceptor, Glove. I mean, just so many good Hoff badges. And then his jump shot, in my opinion, is really good. He's got the Trey escape, the Kyle Lowry size up. He's got the Dame behind the back, quick drops off one, front clutches, and even the Pro 2 leaner I do like a lot on this card with the very quick timing. So all around, I think Eddie Jones is a top 5 new edition card, and I think he's deserving of being in the S tier category. Marcus Smart, he's going A tier. I know it might sound crazy. I'm gonna go B tier. I think Marcus Smart is probably one of the better cards in B. I would say he's better than De'Aaron Fox at the point guard positions. I will throw Marcus Smart in that B tier category. Clyde Drexler, once again, I think is also going to be an A. And I think what I'm going to do, or Clyde might be an S tier, I'm not going to lie, but what I might do is I think I'm going to drop cards like, I think I'm going to drop Rodman, I think I'm going to drop Jaden McDaniels, and I think I'm going to drop OJ Mayo, and then I think I'm going to drop Jonas Valanciunas, Boban into D. I think I want to do it like this because and Kuminga as well, because I think Claxton should be in B tier, and I think Gordon Hayward should also be in B tier as well, because they're just not on the same level as a Chris Bosh, an Oscar, or a Clyde Drexler. Like, they're just not on the same level as these 3 Dark Matter cards, but they are really good and deserving of at least B tier. So I kind of want to balance out the tier list a little bit more. Tristan Thompson, I think, is C. Not a bad center. I do like him more than JV and Boban, but I think he's not bad. I think he's going to be in C tier. Ben Wallace, I mean, he's B or A, to be honest with you. Ben Wallace is probably like the best card in B tier. I mean, I'm gonna go A. I think Ben Wallace is A. I do like him more than Claxton at the power forward position, and I think overall as a card is a little bit better if you can time his jump shot. So Ben Wallace will be in my A tier category. TJ Ward is going in D. This card is, he's basically the same as Danny Granger, both not very good in my opinion. James Worthy, easily going to be in the S tier category. I mean, he's one of the best small forwards in the game. We have so many good small forwards, but he still is up there for possibly being a top 5 small forward in the game. He's a great 6'9" card, 7-foot wingspan, plays elite defense, good at going to the basket, and still has a super butter jump shot. If you guys use this pink diamond, you guys will know how dominant and just overall how good James Worthy cards can be. Dwayne Wade, I think you also got to go A tier, and then I think Jerry West, you do got to go B tier. So now to move one of these cards into S tier, let me know in the comment section down below. Out of all of my cards in A or maybe even B tier category, which card would you guys move up into S? And I think for me personally, it's going to be Clyde Drexler, and then I'm also going to move Gordon Hayward into the A tier category because I think Gordon Hayward is on the same level as a Ben Wallace, and I think it does balance out my tier list a little bit more. But let me know what you guys think about my new edition card tier list in the comment section down below, and let me know stuff you guys would change about it and just your favorite new edition cards as well. But I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.